Brian, we are on episode 50 of Prevenge of the Nerds. Can you believe that, man?
No. It seems like just of the day we're like, hey, let's talk about Batman and just to see, and now look at us, man.
Right, man. Dude, that was like one of the best Batman conversations ever at
That
the
was
early
fun.
days of
That was fun.
pandemic. Yes, gone through several different stages. I'm looking forward to the next part of the pandemic. So, all right, shall we get going on with the pod, sir?
Let's play that funky music, sir.
But first, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Claus never spends Christmas with her husband. Isn't that kind of sad?
Depends. The elves kind of dig it, though.
I think you're right. All right, here we go.
Get your earphones in, everybody, and everybody hear us out. We are Rabutin and Brian Dennis, and this is PVOTN. We've got my dad leveling up your awesomeness, dropping knowledge of TV, movies, and comics. We've got Brian Dennis flexing his nerd muscles. How you level up your awesomeness? He will solve the puzzle. Just when you thought you've heard it all, a new episode will come along. Won't you like, subscribe, and rate our show? One last thing. Leave a 5-star review before you go. Oh yeah!
Welcome to the Fandemic Presents Prevenge of the Nerds. We are your one-stop podcast. Every week, we are going to give you all the things to level up your awesome. You can also order my kids' book, Leveling Up My Awesome, on Amazon for $7.99. And you can get Stuffed Animal Night Force versus the Dream Invaders. Yes, my follow-up to that has nothing to do with Leveling Up My Awesome is out now, all in the Amazon world. So this is how the show is going to go. We are going to start off with our top 5. We're going to give you our 2 cents worth along with the penny for thoughts about the things that we like and the things that maybe just quite didn't live up to our levels of awesome. Then we're going to tell you about the stories that could have led to your favorite movies, TV shows, and so much more. It might be a list. It might be a pitch. One thing's for sure. Your awesome will be leveled due to this. Then to close the show, Brian's got a little tat in store for us. All right, so now I am the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin. And this is my co-host, the unverified twin of Shamar Moore, at least of the nipples, my podcast better half,
Brian S. Dennis, with the S stands this week for leopards.
Oh, very cool. Welcome to the Fandemic. We are streaming live on Facebook under the Emperor of Awesome and the Fandemic on YouTube, and that's it. I didn't do Twitch anymore. All right, so don't forget to like, share, hit all the buttons that remind you on all the platforms. Don't forget to tell all of your nerdy friends as well so they can level up their awesome and have a chance to reach your levels, my trusty friends, and become part of the show. Comment with us. We like the company. Is that not right?
We love attention. We thirst for it, and we believe here on Prevent of the Nerds, there's no such thing as bad attention. Welcome again to our podcast. We wish you all a happy, healthy, and most of all safe holiday season, however you choose to celebrate. If we have any kids out there listening, I'm gonna play Greatness Clause. So Greatness Clause is gonna give you a little bit of advice. If you're trying to figure out where your toys may be, where Santa may have hidden things before he comes back on Christmas Eve, little boys and girls, I'm going to tell you the favorite stash for Santa. If your parents are busy, sneak into their bedroom, crawl under the bed, and if you see a shoebox, make sure to pull it out, shake it, and if it happens to vibrate, that is the clue that there are magical toys in there. And feel free, with your bare hands to reach in and explore the fun. And Bradley, may you please send the scroll across.
I'm
You,
on it.
you, boo it.
I was on it.
Yes. So welcome to the Revenge of the Nerds. We're recording on December 19th, 2022, short before the Christmas holiday. So again, whether you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, or just enjoy getting presents in the cool weather, I don't know why anyone enjoys the cold. Please, 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 again, have a happy, healthy, and most of all, safe holiday season.
Looks like we have a guest. Leia, what are you trying to do? Yes, that's easy cheese.
That seems like a recipe for disaster.
Oh, kiddo, what are you doing with my easy cheese?
Have you showed her the cracker trick with the easy cheese?
I have not.
You've got to show her the cracker trick, man.
What are you trying to do there, kiddo?
Because of the blurring of your background, I almost look like a caulking gun. So I was really concerned for your safety for a moment, but I'm glad that it's just, you know. And by the way, easy cheese is neither easy nor cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just be aware of that.
Right, but it tastes pretty darn good on summer sausage and a Ritz cracker.
Well, as a proud U.S. Armed Forces veteran, I'm sure there have been places that easy cheese would have been considered gourmet food, so I'll let you have it, my friend.
Awesome. Yeah, so Kaylee, guess where Kaylee's at tonight?
Where?
She's at wrestling with her brothers.
Yes, my wife is at Raw is War.
Really?
Yeah, she's at Raw tonight.
Is she a fan? Did brothers drag her? Kind of, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, her brother, one of her brothers, is a big fan. We are off and on. Like, we'll watch wrestling for a little while, and then it just it gets kind of stupid. So we kind of, they start recycling all the good stuff.
Yep.
And we kind of fall off, and then we get back on a year or so later. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty faithful watching the pay-per-views. I think they call them premium events because you don't pay-per-view them anymore because of the Peacock and the W Network. I've heard rumors, and you may have, that our buddy Black Adam may make an appearance at this year's WrestleMania for the main event. So if that's the thing, I may check that out. So
you know what? I mean, that should be coming up here pretty soon, isn't it?
Usually tail end of March, very early April. Depends on how the days break down.
Oh, you want to say something, Brian?
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I was going to say, you didn't get it. We just discussed this last night. Right. Bye-bye to you two as well.
He says bye-bye.
Yay, bye-bye too.
All right, kiddo. Do not eat all my easy cheese. That might be the title of the episode. Do not eat all the easy cheese.
Bradley, I actually found a TikTok page. I meant to send to you earlier, and I got busy. That they are currently what the artist does is he's a graphic artist. He is reimagining all of the JLA as Sith.
Ooh,
Batman. the winners are Batman, Green Lantern, and Aquaman. But
Aquaman wins something.
Just because of the wrist gauntlets look almost Batman-like, but especially the guy is incredible. I'm assuming it's a guy. They don't share their gender, but so that right there is a bit sexist on my part. But the person who's doing this, the layers of Aquaman scales, the red energy like out of a lightsaber is emitting. So he's almost has like a wave of like dark energy coming out of his costume. It looks more like armor than anything. So he looks pretty badass.
I am definitely going to check that out.
I will find it to you and send it to you, sir. All right, sir. What are we going to start out with today?
We're going to start off with our top 5 for the week. Our war report, or what's awesome report. And if you don't mind, I don't really have much for here, so I'm sure you'll be able to kind of top it. Really, just a couple of things. I did a couple of episodes of the Fandemic Quickie. Thank you, sir.
I do what I can.
Yes, and I've done 2 now. I did one with Brian as Dennis here, where we talked about James Gunn and that whole thing, and that one hit today. And then I did another one with a guy, a buddy of mine from back home, from North Iowa, and we recorded today. It live streamed, but it'll hit the audio world on next Monday, on the 26th. My goal is to just do one quickie a month or one quickie a week. So what that would get you is you would get a
Have you taught
quickie
it over
episode.
Kaylee?
Yeah, I figure I can swing this. I think I can swing it. We're gonna do a quickie. We get a Fandemic episode, and we get a Prevenge of the Nerds episode. What did you do? That is, I think she used all my easy cheese on 2
Is that
crackers.
all cheese?
No, 3 crackers and all cheese.
That
Oh, honey,
that is
I can't eat this right now, baby girl, because
that is impressive.
if you put it on a paper towel, I'll have it when I'm done.
That is impressive.
Yeah, it is pretty good. So yeah, but yeah, I think it used
At
all
this
my.
point, that's fine. At this point, she's ready for college.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Forget the academic. She's got easy cheese and crackers down.
Easy cheese, crackers, and
Yeah.
ramen. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yes, remind her to stay away from Hot Pockets because there's
Right.
nothing that you can get frostbite and third-degree burns with one piece of food. Yes.
Yes. Oh, my kiddo came home from college. Kendall's
Okay.
home. Love you, kiddo. So that was kind of cool getting to hang out with her. Other than that, Avatar 2, Wave of Water came out. Free Willy. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see here. Yes. And you know it's true. And other than that, so Fandemic, I got a new episode. I'm interviewing a lovely lady, Brandy, on Wednesday. That'll be her episode. Will be
You're
dropping
a
on
fine
Wednesday.
girl. What a good wife you would be. Now we need is for the no, all you need is for Kirk Douglas to be, spawning everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look Kurt on your foot there. Nuts. All right.
You know what? That's pretty much about it. I didn't get a chance to watch 1923 yet. Have you?
Why? It is excellent. It is excellent. No spoilers, but I will just tell you, it is. It picks up the theme, and in fact, if you're okay, I'll just jump into my top 5.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so I'll save off that one. I cover some other things first. I really enjoyed the Shaquille O'Neal or Shaq documentary that was on HBO. The 4th episode dropped a few days ago. Really good. Tulsa King continues. So this is just Taylor Sheridan is ruling the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tulsa King continues to be excellent. If you've not caught up on the last couple of episodes of Tulsa King, it is really good. For no other reason, Tulsa King gives us Vinny from Doogie Howser, which I just absolutely love. Did you not catch that?
I did not catch that.
The guy that works at the ranch, who he knows from The Old Life in New York.
Yeah,
that's Max Casella. Max Casella was Vinny on Doogie Howser. He was the next door neighbor.
Dude, that's another layer.
Yes. So I'm hoping we'll get an NPH drop at some point. Just come on in.
Yeah.
Just come on in. Willow, still good.
Yeah, Willow's getting better.
Yes, still enjoy that. And I really love the first 2 episodes of National Treasure. It is really different than the movies because, they make it's directly on Disney Plus. They definitely take a youth angle. But we got to see at least, one member from the movies. I think we may see more.
Harvey Keitel, we got to see.
Yep. And Catherine Zeta-Jones, fresh off of her daughter being in Nevermore Academy, decide, hey, I'm going to go steal some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out. And then there was 1923. So I went directly from Tulsa King into 1923. And without giving you too many spoilers, what I can tell you is Harrison Ford does an amazing job. You really could see between Harrison Ford's character, the character played by this blanked on his
Tim
name,
McGraw.
Tim McGraw, and Kevin Costner. There's such a
familiarity.
It's a good flow, and the first scene of it is Helen Mirren doing what Helen Mirren does. So, and the best part of it is that at least so far the series is narrated by Elsa from 1883, which is very
Oh,
cool.
okay, that's
Which is
cool.
very cool. And it takes a twofold kind of slant. Again, I think that's where I'm going to stop, so I don't give you any spoilers. But they definitely, kind of like when 1883, they make sure you understand that at least this season probably is not going to end happily. So they
Mhm.
definitely make sure you're aware of that. Now you got to figure out where's the misery coming from.
Mm.
There's also a few drops. The gentleman that played Braun in Game of Thrones
Oh,
plays a,
okay.
plays a sheep herder in there, and Bradley, if you don't do anything else, you have to watch the scene with the settlement school for the indigenous women. It is a yeah, it shows you a lot of things that has happened in this country. So yeah, so just again,
Very cool.
1923, very good. 40, a lot can happen in 40 years. All right, so that is my top five or my war rapport.
So, I watched the first couple episodes of National Treasure as well,
Yeah,
and my quick thoughts on it is, I like the story, but I like whether the Aztec Mayans and stuff like in that. I thought that is really cool. The main actress, fantastic.
yes.
I
I thought it
can't
was Zendaya for like 2 seconds. Then I'm like,
y-
no, it's not. Yeah,
right. I cannot stand her supporting cast.
really?
I can't stand them. I like all her supporting cast because like here she is. She wants to be an FBI agent. She's not gonna
Yes.
let anything pull her down, and she can't get more than 2 seconds away without all of her friends reminding her that she's a dreamer and that she can't do something.
Yeah,
And
there's
it
that. There's
drives
totally that.
me
There's totally that.
absolutely nuts. I'm like, dude, this is a great freaking character.
Yeah.
Let her be a great freaking character. I'm like,
And she is. I will tell you this. She is definitely so much smarter than
yeah.
her friend group. Like, okay, all right, really.
Well,
And obviously, you see the budding love story, right? No matter what
yeah.
happens, you know where that's going, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you have the friend, the computer genius friend
uh,
who got hacked and lost the thing that they needed, right?
yep,
And then she was so good that she just rehacked them back
yeah,
because the firewall. I'm like, so you're that good of a computer expert, but you didn't have that level of a firewall?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I don't buy it. You're full of crap. Yeah,
And by the
man.
way, they're working at like the storage shed and like as baristas. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think if you had these skill sets, you might get a scholarship. So there's
yeah,
that. There's that. Okay, so it definitely is a little bit of suspension of disbelief. But you know what? If anyone had a problem, remember Friends was on for 10 years. So
right.
talk about the suspension of disbelief. Okay, that
Yeah.
is my troll. Anyone goes, hey, is that plausible? Y'all watched Friends for 10 years. None of that was realistic. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So I am looking forward to how those continue on. And again, Brad, how far are you with Tulsa King? Are you caught up or?
I am. Well, I think I'm 2 episodes behind because I
Okay.
think I didn't get one last. Man, like, dude, last week was a blur.
Uh, Definitely. I will end this that Bodhi shows you that Bodhi's stronger than what you perceive.
Oh,
Bodhi
nice.
Bodhi earns some respect from the crew. Bodhi earns some respect from the crew.
Nice.
All right. All right, sir. So with that, why don't you tell them what we're gonna prevenge and discuss for the rest of the podcast, sir? By the way, I also have an honest ad whenever you are ready.
Or you know what? Let's do the honest ad now. Then we'll go into
Okay.
the main
All right.
chunk.
Cool. So here's my final honest ad with this theme. So I've enjoyed doing honest ads the past few weeks about Christmas movies, and anyone that knows me knows I am not a fan. But I've been giving what I think have been honest ads for Christmas movies, such as It's a Wonderful Life,
Mhm.
things of that nature. Grinch Stole Christmas.
Elf?
Elf. I have not done Elf. I have
Oh,
not done Elf. But guess who? What I'm about to do is Elf. That's where this, ladies and gentlemen, when you've been podcast tag team partners for this long, you don't know where one end and one, but he doesn't know where his thoughts end and my thoughts begin.
my
And as
podcast
always,
better half.
Bradley, when you share thoughts with me, please remember to delete your browser history.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
with that, here's the honest advertisement for everybody knows how I feel about this movie, Elf. And by the way, this is told with a Jerry Bruckheimer type trailer.
Okay. I love it. I love it already.
You ready? Here we go. The story of a child soldier sent to destabilize our very nation, stolen from his parents as an infant and raised under the moniker of Buddy. Project Elf trained this formerly innocent child in the ways of corporate espionage, manipulation, and advanced interrogation techniques, driven to destroy anyone over 4 feet tall and supported by a global network of elves, Buddy, Papa Elf, and of course the demented Santa, aka Satan, travel the earth every December 24th, breaking into homes, devouring cookies and milk, and filling our hearts and homes with terror. So you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout, and I am telling you why. Santa Claus and Buddy the Elf are coming to town.
I could see that trailer in my head. I could see it. I could visualize it. You know what, man? We could have made that trailer.
We could have made that trailer. Of course, can't you see Will Ferrell running in slow motion with Bob Newhart?
Yeah, I definitely could.
R.I.P. by the way.
Right.
with just gimbals exploding in the background.
Oh, I love it. I love that so much, man. Very good. Very good. And and there will be more. So we're just kind of changing up the format of the how the show is going to go. We're going to get a little bit more creative with the episodes. We're going to do our pre-venge. We're going to do after credit scenes. So we will still do our lists every now and then. So
and by the way, folks, any of our segments, bits, whatever that you really enjoy, throw them in the comments. We will make sure that we give you your fill of what you really enjoyed about Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes. And now we have the Fandemic Quickies. So, if you're something that you want, we're going to give it to you in a quickie.
Isn't that the purpose of a quickie?
Yes. It works. All right.
All righty. Yes, move us along there, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. We try to keep this kid friendly.
But kiddies, remember, if it's a shoebox under the bed, bare hands, just
go in.
It's
go in.
And especially if your grandparents are visiting, just take it out to the living room and open it for everyone.
Right.
It's fine.
And if you have pets, especially if you have cats.
Yeah.
if you have cats, make sure. Enough said.
I've drug you down to my level. I'm so sorry. You're better than this. I'm not, but you're so much better than this. Okay.
Right.
All right. Let's get to our revenge list. Ladies and gentlemen, if you heard the podcast last week or the last few weeks, every December we like to celebrate things that we view as the best of from the previous year. So last week we did our best of in television. So this week we're going to share our best of in movies. And Bradley, I have to remember that you went first last week.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're good, I'll go first this week.
Have at it, man.
All right. So usually when we do our list, we have a bit of an honorable mention in our top 5 list. Brad, I never discuss our list, but I typically take track of any of them in terms. So I've got my top 5. Now, I will say before I get into this, because it's our show, we have to make up our own rules. 2 of the movies that I picked as my favorites of 2022 actually came out in 2021, but they were so late in December. I have to watch them in 2022, so there we go.
Yeah, it's fair.
And by the way, these are not necessarily the best movies, but these are the ones that I like and I've watched over and over again. Mm-hmm. So starting up, which is one of my favorite, in fact, I watched it short before the podcast started, Sing 2. Well, it actually came out, I think, the 21st of December. I actually didn't get a chance to watch it until 2022. And I just absolutely love it. I really hope there's a third installment. The acting, the voice actors are good. The songs are phenomenal. They build to a really good thing. I think it's something you can take your kids to, or even if you're an adult and you just like hearing really good actors who also have some singing chops, like Scarlett Johansson. Those are, I mean, just absolutely. Reese Witherspoon is really a great thing to see. All right,
Bono was fantastic in Sing 2.
Bono was
I mean,
fantastic.
I'm not the biggest U2 fan. I mean, I like their pretty much their big hits, but I'm not.
Sure.
I don't go out of my way to listen to a lot of
Yes. Yeah.
U2,
I feel you. Yeah.
especially after Joshua Tree. I think after
Sure.
Joshua Tree, kind of
Sure.
whatever.
Sure.
But man, like the way that they kind of moved it, where the streets have no name,
Yeah. Yes.
was great.
And the way it built, and again from the animation standpoint, when he's standing there, and the spirit of the wife comes behind him and tell him it's okay. I had to again the ocular perspiration. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what? Like the only thing that ever got me in an anime movie more than that was like the first 5 minutes of Up. After that, I was done. I'm like, I don't even want to watch this movie now. Like I looked at the usher like, can I get a hug?
Right. So
Like,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Another animated movie that got me was Into the Spider-Verse, man.
Yeah, that was good. I don't know if it got me to the ocular perspiration.
Yeah,
but really good, really.
yeah.
Actually, as they're giving the throw up of that universe, again, spoiler, but you ain't seen it by now because the sequel comes out. By the way, have you checked out the trailer for the sequel? Really good. Spider-Man 2099 looks like a total jerk, which I like. Okay. But again, when they're setting out that universe is Peter Parker. But again, the Sing 2 gave me all the feels. Next up, again, great popcorn movie. Not going to win any awards, but I got to give Netflix some credit because they gave, in fact, the next two are streaming service debuts. The Day Shift with Jamie Foxx, James Franco's little brother, but more importantly, the D.O.G. Snoop Doggy Dogg as vampire hunters. It is ridiculous. It is cheesy. It is campy. It is sometimes absolutely stupid. And these are all compliments. It is everything that an old school vampire movie was. They don't sparkle. We're not trying to save their souls. No one's in love with a vampire. It's just, you know what? I got wood. I got silver. We're going to make some silly jokes. We're going to have some fun. And that's what it was. It's not meant for kids at all. But again, Snoop was with that at the end of it, a really good reference to Lost Boys.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg made that movie. I mean, it had good acting all the way around.
Big John,
dude,
yes sir.
Like there could be a spin-off with Snoop, and none of us would be mad about it.
If I said there was a rapper who plays a vampire hunting cowboy in South Central Los Angeles, you go, oh, that's Snoop. That's absolutely Snoop. Like, who else would it be?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That just reminds me. I don't know why this reminds me of this, but well, I guess I kind of do. Did you know Michael Jai White is Blade in the Black Suns video game?
Yes.
I did not know that until today.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, that is freaking that's awesome. Anyway, I just had to bring that up.
And by the way, Michael Jai White, we love seeing some of the stuff too. I personally loved you as Spawn. I loved you as Spawn.
Oh God, he was that was his role.
Yes. There were some parts of the movie that could have been much better, but you own Spawn, sir, and I appreciate it. All right. Okay. The other one in fact, the next two are also from streaming services, which is the Adam Project. Again, also on Netflix. Really good. Probably one of the better time travel movies we've seen in a long time. Ryan Reynolds actually has had a little drama. So we saw that if Deadpool and the Hulk come together, family hugs ensue. So that right there was a beautiful moment. And then Bradley, one that we both really enjoyed. It actually was rated the #1 Amazon original movie for 2022. Prey, the prequel to Predator, was done so well. And then last but not least, while it didn't make my top 5, given who I am, I got to put it in here as an honorable mention. It was close, not quite top 5, because it was honestly just a little too damn long. The Batman. This movie made, again, as a Batman fan, so when I love the stuff, it made the Riddler I think that's the biggest accomplishment this movie did, that it made the Riddler seem dangerous. The Riddler had always kind of been a throwaway villain. He's always been kind of a tag along, the Penguin or Joker or Catwoman. This one, when they showed that the Riddler kid is actually was a real threat,
Mhm.
was done very, very well. It was really good, kind of Batman Year One. And it all happens in the course of a week. Got a lot of social issues, and again, and Zoe Kravitz did a fantastic job as Selena Kyle. Definitely in the top. They're in the top five, probably top three,
Mhm.
of the actresses that have played Selena Kyle / Catwoman. All
I
right.
mean, Eartha Kitt, man. I mean, Eartha Kitt.
Eartha's number one. For me, it goes Eartha
Julie
number
Newmar.
one. See, I go Eartha, then I go Anne Hathaway, then I go Zoe.
Mm.
That was it. I mean, the ones from the show after Eartha, Eartha was so darn good. You like I said, like Julie Newmar. I just was like, it's not bad. But same like Michelle Pfeiffer. But I will never tell you who's definitely bringing up the rear is one Halle Berry. Halle, you rock the suit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so Eartha Kitt and Julie Newmar. So Eartha Kitt was a better Catwoman. Julie Newmar was a good Catwoman for a different reason. Yeah, because
Well,
the way. But yeah,
we will leave it at that.
yeah.
Wait, was she a blonde or a brunette?
She's brunette.
Well, there it is, sir.
Yeah.
I know you're kryptonite, my friend. All right.
Yes, it is. It is true.
Yes, sir. So my top five, and these are ones that honestly I saw most of these actually with you, my friend. And
Mhm.
these are the movies that I've enjoyed watching since. And some of these people go, well, again, it's our show. Don't like it. Well, we're free. So number one, unless you want to buy us a coffee. So
Ooh.
Thor, Love and Thunder. And this honestly isn't because of Thor. It is due to two characters. I love. Well, okay, being a Batman fan that I am, I love the God Killer character.
Mhm. Nor.
Nor absolutely, but then honestly, Korg. Korg to me still stole this movie. Korg stole this movie. Korg stole
Ragnarok.
the Thor Ragnarok, and honestly, for the scenes he was in, Thor he stole quite a bit of Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah.
I just really love Korg in his voice by the director. I mean, I think it's just done really, really well. I love Korg, and you know what? It also is giving us. It gave us. By the way, his guns. Hey, 99. That was great. We also get Hercules in. If there's a Thor 4, again, apparently, I don't know if you read the article, shortly after Love and Thunder came out, the end, what they're doing a lot of Marvel movies is they put Thor or Hulk or Iron Man or whoever, well, not Iron Man RIP, but they will return. Apparently, for both the director and for Chris Hemsworth, they were like, okay, are we doing a fourth one? So I hope that we do get a fourth one just because to put some things in perspective. This next one, for a lot of reasons, was my number one until close to the end of the year. Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise did what Tom Cruise does, and again, it is not in my top five due to Tom Cruise. I think he did a great job. It gave us two things that I never thought I'd see. Miles Teller in a role that I dug. Just
Yeah.
after Fantastic Four, I kind of gave up.
And you know what? He actually did okay with the mustache.
He did okay. I mean, he gave us all the cues with the shirts.
Right.
Yeah. I kind of wish they'd gave us a little, again, spoiler alert, I wish they kind of gave us a little Meg Ryan, but they didn't. That's okay. But and the way they handled Val Kilmer, that was just so well done. It got y'all in the feels. And I'm not crying, you're crying. It was one of those moments. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I gotta say, Wanda may be a bigger villain to me than Thanos was. I think that may be the best villain they've come up with in Marvel is Wanda Maximoff as a Scarlet Witch.
It works too.
Yeah, it really does. And they did a great job for the human factor. If she loses so much, Age of Ultron loses her brother, Infinity War loses Vision, WandaVision loses her kids and Vision again. All these things. I am curious if the character or a character from another universe comes in now that we have the X-Men, because you gave us Charles Xavier, If you give us Xavier, you got to give us Magneto. How they start to resolve a bit of that. By the way, they brought in Wondagore, which is where she was raised, not born, in the comics. So you got to give us a little bit. That's where I do kind of a little. I didn't like that they killed off Quicksilver in Ultron. I'm really not liking that there's no Quicksilver, unless again they figure out some way of retconning that or giving us another version.
And now he's going to be Craven. Yeah.
I just.
Yep. Good. Yep.
I thought Craven should have went, and I don't remember his name right now. I thought Craven should have went to the guy that played Kick-Ass.
That is him.
Oh, it is him. The blonde hair threw me. Never mind. Okay. Good job, Marvel. Good. I mean, yeah, good job. Never mind. All right. Just like I in my head, I had the other Quicksilver because again, when
Evan
you have
Peters.
multiple versions, yes. In my head, I had Evan Peters. Okay. All right. So number 2, Spider-Man: No Way Home, had nothing to do with anything other than honestly, they gave us a good Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Thank you for that.
And I hope we get more of that now.
I do. Andrew Garfield is an amazing actor. I really like a lot of the movies he's done. And, you could tell so much of that were things he's heard from fans and reviews of the Amazing Spider-Man duo that was supposed to be a trilogy. And by the way, Amazing Spider-Man 2 may go down as the worst Spider-Man movie. It's
probably one of the worst superhero movies.
Yeah, I mean, that's up there with how they treated Deadpool in Wolverine Origins. I mean, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was just, I don't know what you're doing with Electro, and then that weird, let's wedge the Green Goblin in with like 10 minutes left in the movie. And yeah, it was just, and by the way, the guy from Chronicle deserved better as well, as did Jamie Foxx. So Spider-Man: No Way Home, because it has so many repercussions across the MCU. You've got the spell. Again, you've got the true showing a lot of the multiverse, and I love the fact that Doctor Strange is kind of everywhere the multiverse is at this point. You gave us a really good send off to Aunt May. I mean, they gave us all the things, and now we'll see what happens with our buddy Peter Parker going forward. And this was a tough list for me because everything from the fourth spot through the second spot. So Top Gun Maverick, Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and Spider-Man: No Way Home were number 1 until, and Bradley, since we already knocked out that it is not the Batman, what do you think is my number 1?
Wakanda Forever.
Sir.
Yes.
And I will tell you when this became my number 1. The way they handled the Chadwick Boseman send-off.
Yeah.
That funeral, how they did it in Wakanda. No, and my son and I actually come on very different places. He kind of was like, why are there no Avengers? I'm like, no, if you're going to do this authentically, there would be no Avengers. That could be the publicity death of Black Panther. They are mourning their king, their brother, their son. And the way that they handled that, and just the way at the beginning of it, again, this is definitely a spoiler alert. The way that Shuri, when the movie starts, they jump right into it.
Yeah.
They don't take a break. They go, okay, everyone knows he's gone. Everyone wants to know how we're going to handle it. We got to start there. I mean, it was like you started the movie running.
Yeah.
And
it was a gut punch.
Yeah, and it didn't slow down. And then we go all the way to the end and that extra scene. And Marvel's given us some really good hidden scenes. They're giving us so much that, does it really matter? That was one of the ones that really just Toussaint. So again, if you've not seen Wakanda Forever, check it. And I'm not sure when it's coming to Disney Plus, but this will be one of the ones that will go on my Amazon card because I will have it for as long as I have, streaming services. But was done so very, very well. And just honestly, if you take out all the other things, it was a good story.
So
it was a good story.
Wakanda Forever, it may not be the best comic book movie, but it's a freaking awesome ass movie.
Similar to
I
what we
mean,
talked
like,
about before, if you look at like Logan, very much
yeah,
a great movie. Yeah.
yeah,
It's not a superhero movie, it's a movie with superheroes, is
yeah,
what it is.
yeah. And Shuri knocks it out of the park. I mean, and we knew. I mean, like, how many times did we talk about it? Like,
Yeah.
okay, it's got to be Shuri,
Yeah.
you know. And they did not disappoint. Namor was fantastic, or Namor, or
Yeah.
so good, so good. So Brian,
Yes, sir.
how many do you think we matched on this for this list?
Okay. It just in any order, I will say I was gonna go 7. I'm not gonna go that high. I'm gonna go 4.
You're wrong.
Okay. Where was it?
8.
That is a new record. We've never gotten that high.
This is new, and I have 6 honorable mentions.
Okay.
Instead of 5 because I had to.
That's fine. Yes, sir. Obviously. Yep.
So a lot of them you talked, and I would have had Spider-Man No Way Home, but that was December of 2021.
Sure.
The only reason I didn't. So
yep,
we would have.
And again, both Spider-Man and Sing 2 were December of last year. Yep.
So my list is going to start with Day Shift, because Jamie Foxx, because he really hasn't done. I mean, like, yeah, he was in Spider-Man, but he wasn't like a big part in it.
Right.
You know, I mean, he was just making up for the way that he should have been in.
Yeah, Alfred Molina definitely was the lead villain, or one of the Alfred Molina and Green Goblin. Yep, definitely were the carried for those. Absolutely, yep.
You know, and Snoop. I mean, like, you know, because when I made my list, it was just the first movies that popped into my head.
Yeah.
Why did they pop into my head? These are the memorable things. And when you know, instantly I'm like, oh, dude, Day Shift. I mean, Snoop freaking Dogg just kills that movie. I got a couple other streaming things in there as well, but we'll get to it. After that, I gotta go with Jurassic World Dominion.
Okay.
It is a guilty pleasure of mine. I actually was watching it before we like, man, it's not a good movie. It is not a good movie. But
you are much more of a JP fan than I. Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
You know, but I've watched it like 10 freaking times. And it's more like, oh, there's nothing really to watch. I'm gonna put on Jurassic Park Dominion.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but it's on Peacock. And you know what? Like, and for some reason, that's my go-to like movie, just background noise when I want to do the dishes, stuff like that. So I had to put it on there.
Not to mention, it gives us again Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, and everything is better with Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
So, but I don't know if you've seen this movie. It's on Netflix right now, but Bullet Train.
I have seen Bullet Train. It was close. It was really close.
Dude, I love me some Bullet Train, man.
Okay.
Like, it was just put together well.
Sure.
I mean, and it's better in the theater than it is on the TV.
I mean, just watching it seemed like you needed bigger. I appreciate it on television. I would kind of imagine how would it be on the bigger screen.
Yeah, and so that movie made me believe that Aaron Taylor, whatever, that guy can be Craven.
Gotcha.
Because he rocks the mustache pretty darn cool.
Gotcha.
You know, that's the movie. You know, and it's Brad Pitt and it's action and it's a very good place for him. Well done there. So after Bullet Train, I want to talk about Prey.
Sir.
Prey was fantastic. They did something with the Predator, and man, was it a prequel? Was it a sequel? Who cares? It rocked.
I mean, and again, the entire way that they did that with her tribe, with her people, with the Predator, and that, again, that final battle was done. I mean, it was the first final battle with Predator and Schwarzenegger is really good and really iconic. But that was right up there. I mean, that was really good, and it was just done again so very, very well. And you know, it showed that, and it made you like trust like her resilience. Like, she's just tough as nails.
Yeah.
So absolutely love Prey. Love me some Prey.
And you buy it. I mean, like
Yes.
there's some movies that you throw the main person in there, and like one of my problems with Willow is that one of the main girls is supposed to be this big badass, and I don't buy it. Like I
Sure.
don't buy that you're a
Okay.
badass,
Okay.
and that's that's my biggest critique with it. This girl, man,
Yes.
she freaking brings it,
Yes. Yes.
and
There's no
it's
doubt there.
yeah. Enough said there. Going forward, man, a lot of people hated this movie. I did not.
Right?
Thor,
Love and
Love
Thunder.
and Thunder, man.
How many times did you and I go between Thor, Love and Thunder and She-Hulk? We didn't get what people were hating so much about those two.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like, man, what's better than Chris Hemsworth doing the Van Damme splits?
Yes.
Holding back two spaceships. Man, I mean, I'm sorry. I like comic book Thor. I like give me
Yeah.
comic Thor. That
Well,
I like it.
Well, a lot of criticisms were it's tongue in cheek, it's ripping off Flash Gordon, it's Guns N' Roses, and I'm like, is it how you criticize something that was the point of the movie? It was meant to be a 2-hour Guns N' Roses homage. Like, you don't accidentally put a song on a soundtrack. You know, actually feature, I think it was 4 GNR songs.
Yeah.
In the movie without you. And again, absolutely the Flash. I mean, the last couple movies. You go, you know, there's some Flash Gordon stuff there.
Mhm.
It was meant to be tongue in cheek. Again, Thor has become, which is amazing to say in a universe that has Paul Rudd, but Thor has become the funniest of the Avengers, which is, I think, kind of cool.
And you know what? If Chris Hemsworth wants to don Flash Gordon, I would not be mad.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I love Flash Gordon. Like, one of my all-time favorite movies is it 77 Flash Gordon, or is it 79?
I think it's 79. I think it's
Okay.
79.
Yeah, I think so. Because like that, I mean, I haven't seen it in a few years. I know they
Yeah.
did like a re-release not long, like, you know, maybe like
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
But like, man, I mean, like the Flash Gordon Queen song is on pretty much every one of my playlists.
Yes.
I mean, like I love Flash Gordon, and I love that that brand.
The
of sci-fi.
entire reason I like Blaze of Glory with Will Ferrell and John Hamm is the Flash Gordon being used in the final skate.
Oh, Blaze
And
of
that-
Glory.
Blaze of Glory. What'd I say?
A Blade of Glory.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Blaze of Glory. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were
Blaze.
going
Yeah.
John Bon Jovi.
No. Well, you know. So yeah. I'm not good. No, I Flash is beating the Young Guns. Okay.
All right. I
You
mean,
know,
Born to Be My Baby, man.
we have to do an 80s hair metal show.
Some dry, some dry country. Man, you just got to keep the faith. You did it, man. You did it. You did it. Man.
I did. Okay, we
Yeah.
need Peacemaker now.
It's just gonna be
But-
one dead or alive.
Want it? All right. Yeah. I now want the dual neck guitar. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that should be my Christmas present. Like, can't play a lick, but just to walk around with it.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, just my dual neck guitar. No biggie. Yeah, absolutely.
I would go to your concert, dude.
I
would go.
may rename myself Brian Bon Jovi just to throw it out there.
You know what? I may change for episode 51. You might be the unverified twin of John Bon Jovi.
I like to believe, even though I think he's only like 5 years older than me, I want to say I'm John Bon Jovi's love child.
I mean, yeah.
So I'm gonna say something I never thought I'd say. John Bon Jovi, you could have had my mom.
And I wouldn't have been mad. Yeah.
I mean, I would have. Yeah, I would have. I'd be like, good job, mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good job.
High fives. You know, if I'm under your bed and I find
Yeah.
a shoebox.
Again, slowly. And kids, wash that hand again. If you have a little sibling you chase around the house, I'll get you. Okay. By the way, for any parents, if you take the time to sue us, go right ahead.
Do you, boo boo? Do you?
Do you?
Oh man. Okay. So
All right.
after Thor: Love and Thunder.
After he's traumatized all the kids in our local area. Yes.
My last of my honorable mentions is a movie that was straight to streaming, a Netflix movie,
Sure.
and it starred Ryan Reynolds,
Sir.
That would be the Atom Project.
Dude, that weapon.
Oh, dude,
I
so
don't know.
good.
I don't know if they named it. How has that not been? Again, if you've not watched Adam Project, you should.
Yeah.
But for no other reason than Ryan Reynolds showed. I mean, the fight choreography is fantastic.
Mhm.
But this weapon they have, which is like lightsaber slash nunchuck slash jump rope. I mean, just it's fantastic.
Mhm.
It made the fight scene so phenomenal.
Yeah, man. It's one of the best movies that Netflix has ever put out.
Yeah, yeah. And again, it's got a good heart in it. And I wasn't kidding when I talked about when you put, Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Reynolds or Hulk and Deadpool in a movie, you get some tender moments. We talk about kind of the chewing gum, guys fighting all the big bads, but it really actually has a lot of good sentimental moments. We really talk about father-son dynamics. So,
Well, yeah,
really good.
and the kid that played young Ryan Reynolds,
Yes,
was
dude.
great.
Like if I was Ryan Reynolds, I would have looked long and hard at his mom, going,
Yeah,
"Are we?
and he's Percy Jackson now.
Is he really?"
Yeah, he's gonna be
Very
Percy
cool.
Jackson for Disney Plus.
Very cool.
I don't know if it's a show or if they're doing movies, but like he's the new Percy Jackson.
Very
They're
cool.
filming it now.
Very cool.
All right, so my top 5.
All right, let's hit it, sir.
My number 5, Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, sir.
I mean, dude, Sam Raimi.
Yes.
We got
All
a
Evil Dead.
love child.
All
of
the Evil Dead. Yes.
And
Yes.
oh man, so
Wanda's mannerisms, especially in that scene with Professor X, it's like, oh my God. Yes. Yes.
oh, man, we got all the things in that movie, man. I mean, like,
Yes.
and that movie that got some hate too because a lot of people just didn't get the joke. Like this is a freaking Evil Dead movie, pretty much.
I actually, because I was teaching, yes, folks, I teach. I was actually teaching one of my classes, and a couple of my students who had gone to see it, I think they saw it the same night you and I saw it. They actually goes like, I was not expecting a horror movie, but they were like, that what made it good. That made it stand out.
Yeah.
It made us like, we took someone that we have spent so many movies rooting for, and now, she's living her trauma. She's going through all these things. You empathize with her so much, but then they gave us that incredible America Chavez character. And it's like, what are we going to do with that? And come on now, even though it'll never happen, who doesn't want Doctor Strange and Christine at least try? If Christine had a box under her bed and like America stayed over, and maybe she went because it's her. Never mind. Okay, we'll keep going. Keep going.
Well, I mean, he got to meet his future wife, so we got Cleo in it.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm taking. I'm not sure. I think yeah. Cause I'm a Mean Girls fan, so I'm just like, well, okay.
So my number 4. A newer movie, starring The Rock, Black Adam.
Really?
Man,
Okay.
Yes, like it was action from the get-go to the end.
Yeah.
Dude, we got a freaking amazing JSA. We
Yes.
got Dr. Fate. Dude, that is probably the best Hawkman has ever been portrayed.
Hawkman and Dr. Fate have never been better. They've
Right.
never done better. They've never done better, which again makes me a little sad a little bit, but they never have done. I mean, Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, I hope we at least get a Dr. Fate, maybe a prequel movie or something out of this. Again, James Gunn, if you're listening, gotta love Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. It made him totally a badass, a true leader. And again, I agree with you. Atom Smasher, which has a place, this just didn't make much sense. Yeah.
Man, you know who I would have rather have been in that movie besides, I mean, I didn't mind Cyclone. Cyclone was fine.
Cyclone was okay, yeah.
You know who I wish was in that movie?
Was it Green Lantern?
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. But is he a member of JSA? You know him better than was he ever a member of JSA? Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, like it makes sense for Green Arrow to be in the JSA instead because I mean in the comics it was Batman and Superman that started it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then they had to
yeah.
retcon that because they, why would they start that? Because
Right,
they had
right.
Justice League. Anyway, I love that they had Hawkman, Doctor Fate. I like
Yes.
honestly, like I want to see more of that JSA. I mean, we
I'd rather
never
see
will.
JSA than JLA. Yeah, I
Me
would
too.
much rather see JSA. Yeah.
Me too. I love.
And again, they just made Hawkman. I mean, they made Hawkman has always historically been kind of a cheesy character
Mhm.
because the backstory for both him and
Stories.
Hawk Girl. Yeah, that's where I was going to. But the backstory with Hawkman and Hawk Girl / Hawk Woman are so damn convoluted. And then you bring
Yeah.
in Doctor Fate, and which again, at least maybe sort of give us Sandman, because what they did with Doctor Fate in Black Adam fuels right into what's going on in Sandman. If you don't know, that's why you read comics, ladies and gentlemen. So how do you? But again, they just made it really simple. He's a dude with a mace and wings, and let's do this thing. And that was
Yeah.
great. That was great.
Yeah, and he was the straight up definition of hero.
Yes, moral center. This is why.
Yeah.
I mean, the scene. Some of the best parts. It wouldn't make my list, obviously, but some of the best parts of that movie that weren't action scenes were him and Black Adam being really opposite sides of you have a hero versus a vigilante,
Mhm.
and really drawing those out. Which again, if you want to play on those same tropes, you've got Hawkman, who established that as a good hero. There's other character in the DC universe who is actually called a vigilante, is really kind of his thing. Like, how about having those two go, have going nose to nose or cowl the helm,
Mhm.
just for some conversations.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. But no, Black Adam was better. And again, I know it didn't go as well, and it didn't make as much in the box office as they wanted to. I think it was overall a really good movie. And again, James Gunn, just you and the Rock to hug it out.
I
Like,
mean,
seriously.
and part of the reason why it didn't do as good as that it didn't do as good is because of Black Panther. It came out too close to Black
The
Panther.
Panther, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
we'll get to that in a minute. So my number 3 is the Batman. For the same reason as it's as it didn't rank as high as yours. It was just too long, and I've watched it twice. I
Yep.
haven't watched it any more than that. It's
Sure.
good. I
Yeah.
like the characters. I love how they portrayed the Penguin. Love
Yes.
the Riddler. I mean, like they actually,
Love the Riddler.
yeah, they actually made you care about that character a lot more.
Yes.
And he didn't seem like a Joker ripoff.
Right.
I could have
And
done
speaking
without
of
the
which,
Joker.
I was going to ask you how you feel about the joke. You could have done without. Okay.
Could have done without, man. Like to me, I feel like they go too like if when it comes to the Batman or Batman, it's always like, okay, well, we have to hurry up and show the Joker.
Just like
And
Superman, we got to get you Lex Luthor. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so I mean, like, and I don't need that. And like Batman has such a great rogues gallery, and you can tell
Sure.
amazing stories. Like, look at
Sure.
Batman Begins,
Yeah.
Scarecrow, freaking
Yes.
Scarecrow, and it
Yes.
was awesome. I mean,
Give
so
me
you don't
Clayface. Give me a
right.
good Mr. Freeze.
Heck,
Absolutely.
ventriloquist. I mean, like, man,
Yeah,
like
Toy
you can
Man.
tell.
There's yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, and again, it's really with Batman year, and because again, with the stance that they're taking with the Batman, this
mhm,
is a younger Batman. He's
mhm.
inexperienced, and which I did like that they did was that he didn't just come in and just whoop everybody's ass. He took his lumps just from basic street criminals, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you could outnumber him. He wasn't, as smooth as the Christian Bale version of Batman has been because he hasn't had that type of time. But the other part of it is then if you look at from a villain hierarchy, if you have a world where you have Joker and Penguin, they might literally be, higher level folks. They go, this guy's kind of a nuisance that he run into Toyman, the ventriloquist, Clayface, before you even got like Poison Ivy even,
Mhm.
So again, use that Rose Gala and show the progression of the better he gets at this, within the underworld, especially the powered underworld of Gotham. Now he's getting their attention. He has to basically deal with that. That was, I think, the strongest suit of the Dark Knight Rises, which was, they go like you've had Jolly Sport, and now you pissed off Bane. Like, you ain't ready for this. You don't want this smoke, right?
Yeah,
And he caught those hands. So I think they did something ill. But again, I thought it was a very good movie. You know me, man. I went in with all the reservation. You're gonna give me a sparkly Batman, and I'm gonna just lose it. And I thought Robert Pattinson did well. And by the way, anyone that's criticizing Love and Thunder for being one long Guns N' Roses video, the Batman was one long Nirvana video. So if you really want to do that, then you got to play it on both sides of the fence.
You know what I think I would have liked better than the Joker?
Okay.
Red Hood. Not Red Hood the Outlaw, but Red Hood, like
Red
the
Hood.
Joker.
Yeah.
The original Red Hood. Just a dude standing with a red hood over his head. Sure. I think that, to me, like in that noir type setting, I think that would have meant more to me than showing a disformed Joker.
I got you. I feel you. Okay.
So after Batman, my number 2, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
That's your number 2. Okay.
That's my number 2. I've seen it twice, and it's freaking amazing. It was amazing both times. I love how much of a good movie it is. I love that it's in a different class of superhero movie.
Yes.
It's in that Logan. I can't even think, like Watchmen. Those that different.
Watchmen's a really good analog. Watchmen's a very good comparison.
But Wakanda Forever. So the reason why it wasn't my number 1, because it was predictable, but it had to be, like they pretty much made as perfect as a movie as they absolutely could. Sure. I mean, I think throughout time, Wakanda Forever would probably end up in, if we, like a year from now or 2 years from now or 10 years from now, if we did a perfect movie podcast like we did in the early days of Wakanda Forever will probably be in that match. I mean, it's gonna be up there with the Princess Bride.
Yes.
And maybe a few others, but I mean, like, it's that level. But the big problem is it came out the same year as Top Gun Maverick.
Fair.
And Top Gun Maverick is 30 some years in the making.
Fair.
Dude, I saw that movie in the theater 4 times. 4 times.
4?
I mean, for free. It's for free for me. So
I must say you work in a theater, so that's
right,
fair,
right.
Still.
But I mean, like, every time it was an experience.
Yeah.
Every time I was reliving part of my childhood, sitting in chairs, pretending I was a fighter jet pilot.
Yeah.
Man, it was just the nostalgia of the movie. Tom Cruise was pretty great in it. I mean, they got his makeup down to make him look about 30 years younger than he really is.
Yeah, they gave us just enough Tom Cruise without him overpowering. They made sure, again, Miles Teller, they made sure that the next generation. And the other thing that I really loved, which he talked about, and again, depending on what showing you went to, the one that you and I went to, they did kind of a quick vignette with him talking about how they really worked hard to make it immersive. And I'm like, oh, that's a nice little buzzword for this, but really it did a great job, as well as someone has seen it 4 times, of putting you in that cockpit of an F-14. And basically, for no other reason than this, it shows you what a Billy badass you got to be, male or female, to fly one of these dang planes, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what it did. Really was, what it did more than what did better than what the first one did. It showed that, this is, and technology helps, but this is something that these are men and women who put their lives on the line every single day. And just the act of getting into that cockpit, you're putting your body, your mind, your whole existence at risk. Even if nothing goes wrong, just to get the thing off the ground and to get back down safely. So I love that part of it. That when we were done, I remember I was like,
Yeah.
just like being a pilot, right?
Yeah.
So all the other things. So again, it was my number 4 was your number
Mhm.
1, but it was a really good movie. And honestly, just for nostalgia's sake, it was really good to go to a Tom Cruise movie and actually just enjoy the movie.
Yeah, and another thing that kind of gets a little bit overlooked about the movie is how pro America it was. I mean, like,
Yeah,
yeah, we have issues. We do. America has. We always will. But you know what? Like, I come from the military. I've been there. I've done my places. I've worn the t-shirts, and you know what? Like, it paints the military in a good light. It paints us like, you know what? Hey, there is nothing wrong of being proud of your country.
sure.
And man, it's just loved it, man. I mean, yeah, I don't own it. I haven't bought it yet, but
Sure.
I mean, we even played it again at the theater a couple weeks ago. It
Okay.
did another round, so and you could buy. I'll probably end up buying the Blu-ray.
Sure. 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 Sure.
Um, I'm thinking I might get it for Christmas. I'm
Right. There's a
guessing.
thing coming here in less than a
There's
week. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. So
There's a day coming. Right. It really will probably go down as one of those like around July 4th. If you want to kind of feel good about, put on some Lee Greenwood, eat you a burger and like, yeah, America.
yeah,
Okay, not to that level. And I was getting ready to say
yeah,
this, and feel how you feel with me saying this. It's pro America without being propaganda, right? It is
yeah,
very much just, again, I appreciate the military that, again, these are men and women that volunteer to do a job that, it keeps the rest of us from having to do it.
hmm,
The reason that we don't have a draft in this country is we have enough men and women who volunteer to put on that uniform. We don't have mandated military service in this country like other countries do. And they go in there, and a lot of times, no matter how you vote and how you feel about people politically, left, right, middle, up, down, whatever, these are folks that really get up and go, our job is to defend your nation. And again, it really gave respect and reverence to the
hmm,
job that they do. And, a lot of times we kind of lose sight of that. Like I said, in a country that has problems, but
yeah,
it was kind of cool to see a movie. And also, and I mean this not to say it was a dumbed down movie,
hmm,
but but it also was pretty simple as we believe in ourselves. We're
yeah,
the good guy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying you're the good guys.
yeah,
There's a difference between saying we're the good guys and everybody else is the bad guys.
hmm,
But they really were, to your point, we're the good guys. We're the ones that are here trying to, make good decisions. And we may not always get it right. But we're always going to try. And that
yeah,
was really impressive. And again, it just made me respect. Again, this is a bunch of actors, right? But
hmm,
this is a work by a bunch of actors that made me respect the people who, again, like you, have put on that uniform in the present, in the past, in the future to defend our nation. So
yeah.
again, good job there. I totally see why it's your number 1.
Man, I'm pretty surprised we had 8. We had 8 matching.
That 8. So I had 10 movies. You had 11.
Mhm.
We matched 8. That is absolutely got to be a new record.
I
That
think
has
it
got
is.
to be a new record.
I think it is, man. When you start off the day shift, when you said
Yeah.
day shift, I was like, "Yep, we're
Yep.
we're we're pretty right on in
We're
this
gonna
one."
hit there. We're gonna hit there.
Yep.
All right.
There's a few I knew. I knew we were gonna have Doctor Strange. I knew we were gonna have Wakanda Forever. I knew we were gonna have the
Forever.
Batman.
Yeah.
I knew we were gonna have
Yeah. Yeah.
Maverick.
Yep. Yep.
Prey. I was unsure of Adam Project. Day shift. I was like, I don't know if you remembered them. So, but
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, these are the ones, right? And
mhm.
so, perfect. All right, sir. So, are you ready for our game? I have a little bit of a
Yes.
chat game for you. All right.
Yeah.
So, I've had fun the last few weeks when we've done our which came first. And I think last week I had you have to, pick who, what, and why. So I'm going to, again, kind of do a mixture of these.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask you who came first or anything silly like that. But as the year is closing, we're going to play a little which would you rather.
Okay.
And so I've got some scenarios, and I want you to not only tell me which of these two options you'd rather, but why. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
All right. So first off, we're going to play a game using David Harbour's filmography.
Okay.
So, if you're David Harbour and you look at who you've been the fictional father for, which of these two, and you must tell me why,
Mm.
would be your favorite daughter? Would it be 11 or would it be Black Widow?
You know what?
Stranger Things versus the Black Widow movie.
You know what? I'm gonna go with 11.
Okay,
Because I think that the relationship is more
sure.
developed
True,
in that, and you can
true.
really tell how much that like he would definitely lay down his life for
Yeah.
11.
It
And
kind
not
of does. It
yeah,
kind of does.
several
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
not saying that nothing against it, because I mean he is going to be reprising the role in Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
11.
And I've just heard from different. I mean, even some of the blogs just go. For one of the things that makes him a hot dad is how much you can tell authentically in Stranger Things
Mm.
the relationship between Hopper and 11. When it comes to that, absolutely.
And
All
he's so
right.
good in Violent Night.
Yeah, I have to check that. You're like the fourth or fifth person to go. Have you seen it? I got to check it out. All right,
Oh, dude, yeah, we need to go. We need
we need to go.
we need to go.
All right. Next up, which would you rather? Better metal armor. This is if you had this on your body.
Okay.
Which metal arm would you rather have? Cable or the Winter Soldier?
Cable or the Winter Soldier? Winter Soldier's got vibranium though,
Doesn't he though? So
and
the new school vibranium one. All right.
so, but is Cable's adamantium or is that?
Cables is due to a techno-organic virus,
That's
so it's
right,
actually he don't you,
yeah,
folks again. Once you read enough comments, it starts to stick in your brain.
yeah,
But yes, that's actually basically it's an infection. Uh,
yeah.
however you
Um,
feel about that,
I'm gonna go with Winter Soldier just because Cables hurts him. It's
yes, it does.
painful
It
and
does.
it does not feel good.
Yeah,
Now, granted, I like the character Cable more than I like the character Winter Soldier,
soldier. Okay,
but because I like X-Men more.
sure.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Winter Soldier, Vibranium. Give me that new beautiful arm. Which have you watched Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special yet?
Yes. Yeah, I got
uh,
it. I got it. So, and also, little boys and girls, whether you have a vibranium arm, a techno organic arm, or just your plain old arm, don't forget to slowly, with your bare hands, reach your hand into the toy box. All right. Okay.
oh, and it is a toy box.
Next up. Now, most of these are like a professional wrestling card. We got a lot of one-on-one matches, but I want to add in a fatal four-way. So,
All right.
tell me why. Who would be your favorite Banner? Not Hulk. Banner. Bruce Bixby, Eric Bana, Edward Norton, or Mark Ruffalo? Who is your favorite Banner?
So I like how you said Banner because and not Bruce Banner because we're
Yes.
not all Bruce Banner.
And do you know why? One is why his name is David
David.
Banner and not Bruce Banner.
You told me
I
this
did
before.
tell you. Do you remember?
I think was it a copyright thing?
No. In the 70s, Bruce was considered coded language for a person being gay. So they did not want to throw that doubt on the show. So what had been in the comics, the character Bruce Banner's name is Bruce David Banner. They just flipped the middle and first name, made it David Bruce Banner, which you can see on the tombstone from the old 70s show that his name is David Bruce Banner. So that is why. So it's Banner again. Puny Banners. Who's your favorite puny Banner? Bruce Bixby, R.I.P. Eric Bana, Edward Norton, or Mark Ruffalo?
Definitely not Ruffalo.
Really?
He'd be my least. I am not a fan of Mark Ruffalo.
Wow.
There's
that's
few
probably
things.
The most shocking thing I've heard you say in a minute. I would have never guessed that. All right.
Yeah. because I feel Mark Ruffalo just tries too hard.
Okay.
Uh, I'm not gonna go Bixby either. I'm honestly I'm gonna say Edward Norton
Thank you.
because
As
Edward
mine as well.
Norton,
Mine as well.
yeah, he had that like I bought him as that scientist.
Yeah.
The way that he wore his hat and that he was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you could buy it. Like he was trying to
Yeah.
not be angry
Right.
to keep from turning into the
Right.
Incredible Hulk.
Right. After a while, Ruffalo like he's kind of having fun with it,
Yeah.
And again, as much as we love Shield, and I love the Hulk, I love Smart Hulk. Well, okay, I like Smart Hulk. I kind of
Yeah.
miss Out of Control Rage Hulk. I think that makes the character give the character a little more depth.
Mhm.
But all right, I would say if I had rank them from if Norton is your favorite, which is mine too. Who's silver medal? Who's coming in second place?
Bixby.
All right, I can go with that one. You said Ruffalo is your lead, so you go Banner would be number 3 then.
I mean, it'd be pretty close.
Okay,
I mean,
gotta. All
yeah.
right, if it was me, Norton is also my favorite. I'm actually doing Ruffalo 3, but again, I kind of missed it. I gotta go Bill Bixby. I will tell you, the old Hulk show used to terrify me because I would during the summers when I'd be home alone, I'd have to turn the television on when they started to transform because I thought the Hulk was going to get me. And then Eric Bana he tried,
He
but it
did.
just didn't. No.
Eric Bana was too sexy to be Bruce Banner.
And they gave it so much hype that he was
Mhm.
going to be Bruce Banner, and it just didn't sell. It just
Yeah,
didn't.
and well, also he wasn't the Hulk either.
Right.
I mean,
It was
like he was
completely
Banner,
CG.
but yeah,
But it
not
was a
the Hulk.
completely CGI Hulk that was not based on him at all. So
Yeah.
then, and it's one thing when you do a live action version like with Lou Ferrigno, okay, fine. But then, and by the way, you gotta give Edward Norton's The Incredible Hulk for the Lou Ferrigno cameo as the security guard getting the pizza. That movie. Oh, that to this day is my favorite Hulk product just because of that. Just because of that. All right. And it also gave us our first little kind of glimpse with Samuel L. Jackson. So, all right. Next up, which of these would make a better Chia Pet?
Ooh.
A better Chia Pet. Old school Groot. So from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Volume 1.
Okay.
Or Treebeard the Inkmoot.
Oh man, you didn't
From
give me
Lord of the
Yondo.
Rings.
You didn't give me Yondo, man.
No, I'm gonna give you Yondo.
I'm gonna go Treebeard.
I can dig it. Why?
Just because I think a beard works more in that. In gonna grow that beard. It looks more natural for that world. I mean, I'm a token.
Yes, I got you. Have you seen? By the way, have you seen the Barack Obama Chia Pet?
There's a Barack Obama Chia Pet.
And basically, when the Chia Pet grows in, it gives Obama an afro. I kid you not. I wish I was making it up. I will send you the link. It's been a thing since like his second term, so it's been around for a hot minute. But yes, there is a Barack Obama Chia Pet. Because nothing says funny like latent racism. No, it's funny. It's funny, but it's like, really, what mess are we sending?
I mean, hey, we can get Trump cards now, so I mean, that's the only political thing we'll get.
Yeah, I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but if you're gonna buy an NFK from Trump, all right, here we go.
Yeah,
all right, so you're gonna observe what that's worth in about 6 months. Okay.
Yep. I'll give you my PayPal. Send me the $99.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I got some Bitcoins for you. All right, so here we go. Here's our main event. This is The Rock versus Stone Cold versus Mankind. Okay, so I want to know in the world of the Goonies.
Okay.
We've got Andy. Okay, we all know Andy's tennis skirt Andy, right? Carrie Green. She's gonna date Josh Brolin because it is fated. It is inevitable.
Yes, it is.
But with that being said, which Josh Brolin does she date? Thanos, Cable, or actually Brand from the Goonies?
Definitely not Brand from the Goonies. I do not see that character growing up to be a stud.
You know, once you roll a kid's tricycle like off into the woods. By the way, if you've ever watched the Goonies, we got to read. We got to go through the Goonies one of these days. How does that not kill him? There's nowhere for him to land. Right? That's a homicide.
Yeah.
Okay. Troy kills Brand. In fact, that should be the name of the episode. Troy kills Brand. Like that's what happens. Is like, and by the way, if you not that I am a great master of physics, but I would think it would take more than someone's bare hand on my hand to hold me onto a moving car. I really think I could probably kind of like it's the same thing that let the belt hold two
Yeah.
grown-ups during a twister, right? But
Right. Which
okay, so
apparently they're making a sequel to that movie now.
oh yeah, never mind. I was gonna make a joke and I'll leave it alone. All right, so okay, so Andy's not dating Brand, and you tell me she's telling me that a winner isn't the guy who got tied up by his little brother and his friends, one of
Yeah.
which is a hobbit, the other one who is short round, and the
Yeah.
other one who is the least successful of the Corys because the other one he won because the other one died. Okay, RIP to Corey
Corey Haim.
Haim. But that being said, if you
Mm.
take Bran out, that leaves us Thanos and Cable.
So, you know what? I think I'm not. I'm gonna go Thanos for the win here, not
Okay.
Cable. I'm gonna go Thanos just because Thanos is pretty good at snapping.
I was gonna say, you telling me a girl wouldn't go for a guy whose name was Cable?
I mean, that all depends if she went under her mom and dad's bed and found
Slowly.
finding the box.
We're gonna get so many angry comments.
You know what? Okay, here's the title of this episode is going to be "What's in the Box."
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I'm writing it down right now.
I'm gonna tell you though.
I'm writing it down.
I'm gonna tell you though. That's probably not out of the realm of possibility of a box of Kevin Spacey's giving someone. So no, Kevin.
Yo, hi,
Hi,
Leia.
bye. Hi, bye.
Bye,
Yeah,
bye.
okay. Yes.
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 We are
okay.
getting ready to bye bye.
We're definitely hearing our bye bye now. Okay. So you're seeing Thanos with the snapping of the rings. And maybe he gives her as a for a wedding present. Maybe he gives her like a smaller gauntlet. You know, so
Right.
know.
I dig that a lot. Yeah. Yeah, they
all right.
Skywalker Guardian of the Galaxy.
No.
Well, you got Star Wars and Marvel in one sentence there, kiddo.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Well, I mean, Disney's happy for the plug, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
So to recap your what would you rather, you're saying that David Harbour's favorite daughter is going to be 11. The Better Metal Army going Winter Soldier. The best Bruce Banner, or Banner, not Bruce necessarily, is Edward Norton. The better Chia Pet would be Truebit completely because of the beard. Absolutely. And then the Josh Brolin who could win Andy's heart is your friend and mine. He is inevitable.
He is inevitable, and you know what? He's always half off.
And do you wonder if Andy would go for the... And we'll stop there.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
You're a kid. Bye.
Oh, all right. So, Brian,
Yes, get us out of here, man.
how can we talk to you?
If anybody's left wanting to talk to me, this was an interesting show. Hi, bye, Princess Leia. If you want to talk to me, hopefully I will behave better in the future. If you can catch me on Facebook at Brian Stephen Dennis, you can give me a like, follow, friend request, and you'll probably find some Winnie the Pooh statements on there as well. So,
yeah, you can tweet at me at Pandemic3. Actually, you know what? Don't. Or message me on Facebook. At
no,
Pandemic.
do, especially after this episode. Give him all the tweets. Yeah, there's a reason I'm not active on Twitter because I don't want to hear the comments. Yeah,
I'm also active on TikTok at Pandemic1. Here are my
but
reviews.
really
and
tweet him,
but
folks.
tweet me,
him
baby.
all
Tweet
the
me.
thoughts.
Brian, did you know we still have a great executive producer, Stacy? And
I have heard.
We definitely need to say hi, Stacy. How are you?
Yes, absolutely.
So if you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic, and we will toast you or roast you on the next episode. You know what?
But we will not go underneath your bed and look for a shoebox. We promise we will not do that.
Right. You know what? I think maybe we should just do the roast. Should we that make that a roasting thing or a toasting thing?
I think you can do both at the same time.
I think so too. If you go, especially if you go under the bed and find out what's in the box.
Yes.
Yeah. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN50. You can become an episode assistant, episode producer, or prevenge producer, or yes, you could be part of the con. That's
Yes, you
right.
can.
You could be part of the Council of Nerds, starting at $5 a month. You can become a monthly supporter on anchor.fm/PVOTN, or you can just go to PayPal or Venmo at Bradley Butin, and definitely put anything I get back in the podcast, better quality mic, stuff like that. Some good toys you see in the background. You know what?
Order to the bed.
Yep. Or you might Brian and I might need to do some fancy like some night here soon. Or just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to leave a 5-star review and make sure you keep the conversation alive in the comments. So, in closing, buddy, it's time to do the bye-bye.
The bye-bye. So, as always, we really want to thank you for listening over the past 51 shows or 50 shows?
This is 50.
This is 50 shows. We have and tag team partner. I've really enjoyed this. Looking forward to the continuation of this as we move to phase 2 of our version of the nerd universe. This has been a ball. So please, everyone, have a happy, fun-filled, and most importantly, safe holiday. And as a sign off, remember: never give up, never surrender, and Goonies, never say die.
We're all playing the same game in life, just on a different level. Thanks for catching up. You're welcome for leveling up. You're awesome. Live free or die empty. And we'll be off for probably 2 weeks. I think we said we're going to be off for 2 weeks. Go through all the holidays. We will be back with a kind of a new format for you.
Yep.
I'm sure I'll probably throw in some of the Fandemic bonus episodes in that time just to keep everybody going. And I'm sure Brian and we may do a couple more quickies in that time as well. So this is not the last you've heard from us.
There's no one I'd rather do a quickie with than you, sir.
Well, you are my podcast better half, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you're celebrating. As long as you love it, don't let anybody tell you different.
We'll see you in 2023, folks.